I don't even want to know. This is the brief lecture for Wednesday, the 10th of November, 2021, for ancient and medieval history. By the way, yesterday morning I may have said, no, I didn't say anything yesterday morning because we had an exam. Yeah, never mind. Okay, we are beginning Unit 2, Ancient Greece, where Unit 1 was this giant, ponderous topic that took us months to go through. The way I cover Greek history is very, very tight. It's a single narrative. It's going to be a much briefer unit, and it's much more to the point. Also, I understand that you are reading the entire Iliad in English class, or at least much of it, so you'll get a lot from that. My interest is in showing what Greece contributes to Western civilization. We start out with Greek geography, remembering that geography is the bones of history. There's an old saying in Greece. When God was finished making the world, he took all the leftover bits and tossed them at Greece. It's like he swept up all the leftover bits and emptied his dustpan, and that is Greece. Greece is a rocky, mountainous country. It is rough terrain. There's very little bottomland. There's a lot of up and down. There's very little good soil. There's a lot of rocky soil that you've got to fight. And the thing, I used to live in New England, I can tell you. Around here it's much better. But in New England, every year you've got to take rocks out of your field. Because every year rocks rise to the surface and will interfere with your crops. So when you turn over the soil in the springtime to get ready to plant your crops, you always find rocks. At least you did in New York and Connecticut and Maine, where I lived. And some of the rocks are huge. I mean, some of the rocks you can't move unless you break them up. And trust me, you get a steel chisel and a hammer, and even then, really some of them you're just going to have to live with, and you work around because they're too big. Greece is like that. So Greece has this rough interior that is the opposite of a river valley. And it has a long and winding coastline. So that almost everywhere in Greece is within a day's walk of the sea. What this means is that Greece is going to develop entirely differently than what we've seen so far. Now, Sparta is the exception to this, as to so many other rules. Sparta is in southern Greece, the peninsular area called Morea today, and the Peloponnesus back in the day. And it's a big, wide river valley, pretty much the only one in Greece. So because of that, Sparta is going to be the exception to all sorts of other Greek trends that we will talk about next time. Very short lecture today. Thank you. Any questions, comments, thoughts? Okay, we'll continue tomorrow.